Hey guys, welcome back to another Flesh and Blood video. This video is proudly brought to you by the House of Cards, the official sponsor of my stream. Be sure to check out the link in the description below for all of your Flesh and Blood needs. OG Dash versus Dashio is certainly an interesting matchup, and the only thing I can tell you for certain is that the items make or break the matchup. The big question surrounding this matchup for me is, does Dashio's extra items give her the edge? Or does Dashio's extra item give OG Dash the edge? Thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoy the match. Best here, if I'm being honest. Like, I think I don't want to give Dashio the chance to set anything up, and there's always potential that I draw an item or a Spark of Genius to put something into play. Just like that. The great part is we get to load, and then we get to play the Teklo Pounder and arsenal our Twin Drive. This is an insanely strong start to our game here. With the high octane, wow, this is going to be wild, dude. This is going to be a great turn to start with. It's like our opponent's going to have to do something pretty bonkers here for me to consider even blocking at this point. Even a boom grenade off the top really probably wouldn't make me block. Yeah, you can opt one, brother. Like, that's perfectly fine with me. This is definitely like a good start to our game plan here. That's fine. Hopefully they don't have another T-Bone here. Another T-Bone would not be good for us. Okay, so they just Arsenal, so probably one of the weaker turns I've ever seen. Dashio have to start the game. So Twin Drive, boost. I have to make sure my resources line up with what I'm trying to do here. So Twin Drive, boost, 2 resources. So I don't need to boost here. I mean, I think I'm better off just playing the... I should have led on the 0 to 60 here. That would have made the 0 to 60 a breakpoint card. That definitely would have been better as opposed to just trying to just play the Twin Drive first. After I figured out what I was going to do, I definitely should have played the 0 to 60 first to make it a breakpoint. That would have been a lot better. My opponent blocks 6 here. Interesting. Pretty surprised to see them block 6 right there. And then we'll just go ahead and come in for one more. I mean, keeping the max V on top would have been good, but you know, you never know that you're going to have that on top. So let's go ahead and shoot the pistol here. We'll load the pistol. We'll shoot the pistol again. I'm going to activate Heart. We're going to banish Spark and Red Zipper Hit. Come in for 2. The best part is we get to do all this and we get to keep a counter on... We get to keep a steam counter on the chamber here because of our action point situation. So we're now up for 14 points going into our next turn, which is pretty solid. I mean... So... I'm thinking that we can block with Twin Drive here. I want to block something better than this. I mean, again, if it's boom grenade off the top, it's boom grenade off the top. There's not much I can do about it here. Boom grenade from hand. Yeah, we'll start with the pistol here. That's one thing I really like about opening Induction Chamber when you're playing OG Dash is that you just get the value of being able to play like start with the pistol and just like get value out of making your opponents not want to block just the pistol. Our opponent's probably going to keep their hand here if I had to guess. So let's load the pistol here. Let's pitch the Twin Drive to boost a throttle away to come in for 8. We're going to try and do as much damage as we can to our opponent here because they're going to want to hang on to every single thing they have. I'm pretty surprised that our opponent's running Goliath Gauntlet here instead of Adaptive Plating. Like, you can play Goliath Gauntlet if you don't own an Adaptive Plating, but I think Adaptive Plating is just better. It's technically just more points and gives you more utilization from your cards. So we're going to go ahead and get a Teklo Core, and we draw a red 0 to 60, which is like perfect for what we want here. I mean, this hand's really good because we can actually just like block 6 with our hand here, and we can still, like, with the Teklo Core, we can actually shoot the pistol and then come in for 12, which is kind of cool. I'm going to block efficiently as I can this turn. I'm not going to, like, you know, go out of my way to, like, try and give all of my equipment to stop my opponent from hitting me here. But I'm going to block efficiently and try to stop the boom grenade from hitting if I can here. Back to my opponents using their Achilles accelerator to, like, gain, I mean, they gained some life there, which is not bad. I think I'm just gonna give adaptive plating here. Like, I know that that's like kind of like we're giving up, so we're giving up 2 points by doing that, but I think we're giving up 2 points and we're gaining 3 more points right there. Hopefully, anyway. Okay, so this is coming in for 4, and they hit a dive through data. We have to show them 2 cards. We're gonna show them the payload and the 0 to 60. We're going to give 0 to 60 in Teklo Foundry Heart, and then we're going to pass from here. We're going to do everything we can to stop this, and then if they have another Pulse Wave Harpoon, we're in a pretty bad spot, but I was like, I'm hoping that there's at least an item on top or maybe an attack they don't want to throw or something, to where, like, maybe their hand just isn't that great. See, another Boom Grenade, like, they're just setting up the Boom Grenade and passing, which is great for us because this is exactly what we wanted to be able to do. So now I get to load the chamber. We get to lead on the pistol like we want to, which is so good. People never want to block the pistol. Like, when you lead on the pistol, nobody ever wants to block it. So I think that's the real value from induction chamber, is that you can lead on the pistol and just, like, give go again. And, like, most people don't want to block it, especially aggro matchups. Like, nobody ever wants to block that. And I understand. If I was them, I wouldn't want to block it either. Like, I completely understand. We're going to pitch the Teklo core to load the chamber. We'll have 2 floating. We're going to boost 0 to 60 for 6 using the last counter on our Teklo pounder. So this is going to be for 6 points of value right here. And then we're going to play our payload for 6 dominate. And we're going to push through. Okay, so they're going to use the 3 counters on the shield here to take nothing. So they block with 1 card because they were able to set up the dissolving shield. But now they're probably going to take some damage here just because this has dominate. And we're still up almost 20 points at this point. Even after their big turn, we're still up quite a bit here. Like, we're still in very good standing with the way this game looks so far. I just have to be careful to make sure that I don't let Dashio have some kind of, like, crazy turn that can, like, really, like, propel them ahead of us. This hand is absolutely cracked. Like, this hand is absolutely insane. I mean, I was like, if you don't have an item on top, your turn's over, bud. I was like, I'm going to assume that my opponent, like, I don't think they understand the problem here. Yeah, they apologize. They're good. They apologize. Oh, I see. They wanted to play the boom grenade off the top and crank it to gain their action point, but then so they had to put Tome of Fandle on the stack, and then before resolution play the boom grenade. Okay, so I mean, I'm just taking 8 here and going to 24. I think that's fine because my hand is, like, absolutely crazy right here. Like, I think my hand, like, just kind of goes, like, hard in the paint, if I'm being honest. Hard in the paint. I haven't said that since high school. I remember when that was, like, a really popular thing to say. I'm really, like, dating myself here, I feel like, when I talk about that. Good lord. Okay, so they activate heart. I mean, what do they have? They have 0 items to get back in their banish? 0. Alright, well, we're just going to take 5 then, because they've already used Dashio's ability this turn, so there's no boom grenades incoming, and they can't get anything back because there's nothing in their banish zone. Now, the dissolving shield is really good. That's 2 dissolving shields that are really solid. The only difference here is that now it's my turn to crack in for as much as possible, and I have a Teklo Core high octane turn. The only thing that could have made it better is if we had a 5th card to Arsenal here, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. That's the saying. So let's come in for 4 here. We'll go up to 2 action points. I think I'm just going to spark for another Teklo Core here. I know there's one in the bottom of my deck that I just pitched last turn, so we're definitely just going to be playing the spark here to go get a Teklo Core and, like, try to make some value out of it. Like, try to get an extra card out of this turn. We'll see what we can do, though. Our real value is going to come from the pistol here in just a minute. Okay, so there's still one more Teklo core in our deck. So I go up to 2 resources, and then I can pistol 3 times and arsenal my twin drive. I think playing the harpoon here to go up to 2 action points, and then like, because I can't get the I won't have the resources here. So I think it's better to just go ahead and push the damage I can and arsenal the twin drive, and then hopefully we draw into a max V. We've banished one, and we haven't seen another one besides that. So, I mean, I'm not going to say we're due because that's not how cards work, but we're coming up on a. It would not surprise me if we happen to hit a max V on our next hand. Oh, so they have another dissolving shield. They pitched the boom grenade to play the dissolving shield. Okay. They're rolling up to 4 counters to prevent the harpoon damage. Okay. So they've been able to stay there this entire time, which makes sense. So we have 0 misses in our deck. Not every dash deck is built that way nowadays, but because we have 0 misses in our deck, I think we're now safe to go ahead and use the accelerator here to go ahead and get the extra shot out of our pistol here. I think that's perfectly fine. Our opponent's going to have to give up their dissolving shield counter here. Like I don't know what else they're saving it for. They can't have it. They can't have access to it next turn, so I don't really know what they're doing here. Yeah, so they take 1, go to 11. We're going to shoot for 2, and then I am going to crack accelerator here. I mean, I guess we could, like, there's only 1 Spark of Genius left in our deck, so, like, it's not like holding on to the Spark of Genius, like, or holding the accelerator for Spark of Genius isn't really, like, a super valuable play for us at this point, because, like, we've already seen 2, and the third one's been banished. Okay, so there's literally, okay. So after checking my banish zone, there's literally 0 copies of this card available to us, so there's no reason to hold it here. I was like, I guess our opponent is debating whether they want to block or not. All right, so we have two counters on the Teklo core, and we have an Arsenal twin drive. We also still have the Crown of Providence available to us. This is everything we want. I mean, honestly, I kind of want to put... So if I put something on the bottom, I do take a chance of drawing like a payload and not being able to do it, because then the payload wouldn't work with my resources. So I guess I shouldn't be greedy here. I should just keep my hand, take the value that it is. All right, so the 2 there, we need 2 for this. And I'm pitching the Expedite here, playing the T-Bone and the Data Link. So yeah, I'm perfectly fine to load the pistol here after checking my resources to make sure. And let's go boost. Coming in for 5, go again. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's on the nose that when I use boost as my mode, that it's pretty abundantly clear what I'm going to be doing here in terms of like what I'm going to be, like that I'm playing max V here. It's pretty on the nose. And actually, since we had the boost here, we can opt. Let's put that on the bottom. We don't want to draw that. We can actually just shoot the gun here and then load, and then we can shoot the pistol, give it go again with the chamber, and then we can throw the max V here after we reload everything, which is like insanely powerful. I mean, and if our opponent has any items in hand, they're just dead. Okay, so they don't. They have all 3 blocks, so they block 9, go to 2. And, I mean... this hand's fine. I actually think I'm just going to bottom this hand. And we're just going to put the Teklo core on the bottom. Yeah, I was like in hopes of just finding another value card here to try and push through some more damage against our opponent. So we're going to start with the pistol. I'm pretty sure I think my opponent's just dead right here, unless I miscalculated. My opponent should just be dead because we can play all 4 cards in our hand and shoot the pistol one more time. So we're going to give go again. We're going to come in for 3, and we're going to boost. And then we have all 0s here. So our opponent should be dead even without the... our Our opponent should be dead even if they don't have an item. If they have all 3 blocks in hand, they're still dead here, which is kind of nice. And we're going to come through for 3. They give us their last card. Oh, no, they don't because they do have an item. Good game, opponent. 17.17 over the course of 7 turns. Not too shabby. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert on either dash right now, but what I can tell you is that matchup went about as well as I could ever want. My turn 0 was loading the induction chamber, the plasma pistol, playing Teclo Pounder, and then arsenaling a twin drive. That's absolutely bonkers. To make it even better, my opponent didn't really have that good of a turn and had to set up, and we drew into a high octane. Having high octane with twin drive is absolutely crazy. I did make a small mistake pretty early on in the game. When I played my twin drive for 7 because of the Teclo Pounder, that definitely should have been the yellow 0 to 60 for 5 from my hand. This makes my yellow 0 to 60 for 5 a breakpoint, and my twin drive for 5 also a breakpoint. But instead, I had 1 breakpoint, and then I had 1 3-point attack, which could be very easily blocked. If you guys see any other mistakes that I made, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear about it. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Take it easy, guys.